Hey folks, this is Casey and I am One Mellow Marigold, and this is Radishes for Beginners. In my humble opinion, gardening for beginners should always include radishes. There's a whole bunch of reasons why radishes are great, but these are just a couple of my favorites. Reason number one is quick and easy germination, and you get a cute little radish in like 30 days for many varieties. That means if you screw it up the first time, you can quickly grow a whole nother batch in the same season. Number two, these little buggers can grow just about anywhere. You can certainly grow them in the ground, but they're little bitty tiny, so they just don't need a whole lot of depth. You could grow them in something as easy as a little bitty flat. This can grow radishes. You can grow them in a pot if you want, if you're doing container gardening. You can do them in a raised bed, which is what I'm going to be doing today. You can also just sow them willy-nilly out amongst anything else you might have grown in your yard. Hey, psst. Why was the radish blushing? I mean, it's all the salad dressing. And number three, they are a veggie that's like a very easy entry vegetable. For those of you who might be just jumping into vegetable gardening, maybe you haven't incorporated a whole ton of veggies into your diet yet, radishes are perfect because they don't taste like a whole lot. They're just kind of crisp and crunchy and a little peppery. So like you can hide veggies in stuff that you're already making and then just give it like a fun little peppery crunch and a little burst of red. I love them in potato salad, tuna salad, any pasta salad. I love them crunched up in a salad. I really love to pickle them and use them as a little yummy topping on tacos. Okay, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the aesthetic adorableness that is radishes. When they first germinate, they have those cutie heart-shaped leaves that are just like adorable, and then they just grow these cute bright red, purple, pink, whatever little balls. They're just cute little balls. I mean, they're great for kids to grow, easy to pull, easy to snack on. Your dogs can snack on them. I like radishes. Let's do it. Let's get them in the ground. Okay, for supplies today, we just need a couple of things. I've got a little bag of seed starting mix. I have no affiliation with this product whatsoever. It's just what was at my store. I've got two kinds of radish seeds I'm going to try this year, and I've got a couple of markers to mark our rows. I'm going to plant some early scarlet globe radishes. In this one, I've got some sparkle radishes, and then I've got a third row planted already, and they are called Royal Purple from Burpee. They are a delight. We've got 3 different sowing methods that we're going to experiment with today, so you're going to want to make sure you stick around for the whole video, see the results, see how they all germinated. The first group is what I'm going to call the no chance group. So I had these lovely Royal Purple radish seeds that I grew from and collected from radish seeds that I grew back in the city. It was my first time growing radishes for seeds specifically, and quite frankly, I didn't know how they would turn out. So this year, I wanted to just experiment and throw a bunch out there and see what happened, in addition to actually trying with, store-bought seeds. So I call this group the no chance group because it has like everything going against it. First of all, I did use my cornstarch mixture solution. If you want to learn how to do that, I'm not going to explain it today, but you can go and visit my carrots and cornstarch video. That'll help you. Made the cornstarch mixture, accidentally made it too sloppy. So it didn't really entirely serve its purpose, which is helping them thin out a little bit. In addition, I did pre-soak those radish seeds. Sometimes I do that if I know I'm not going to get a ton of moisture from rain from Mother Nature. Immediately after I planted, we got a whole week of a hard freeze and a bunch of snow. So not only were they not sort of professionally grown seeds, but I pre-spouted them, then put them in a moisture mixture, then put them in the ground that promptly froze over and had a bunch of snow on it. I gotta tell you, I'm firmly thinking that there is no chance these radishes are gonna go anywhere, but we're gonna see. In the cornstarch mixture, this is gonna be the group I call, this is like my best bet group. This is my best bet group because I did a good job with the cornstarch mixture. Look in the bag, you can see all the seeds nicely separated. This is gonna help keep them moist and help spread the seeds out so we don't have to do as much thinning later. Then we've got what I'm going to call the it's fine group. they're going to be fine. They're just going to be fine. We're just going to take the packet, plop them in the ground. No prep, no nothing. We're just sticking them in the ground, and then we're going to see which group actually ends up having the best germination. You've picked your spot, you've got your seeds, now it's time to plant them. Radish seeds are generally pretty easy breezy germinators. They don't need a lot of fuss and muss. They need two things really. They need moisture, fairly constant moisture for like the first 5, 6, 7 days. And they need to be thin. Thinning just means making room. You're just gonna make room. A little radish, if you want a little round ball of a radish, you gotta make room for that radish to grow. So once you see that your seeds are germinating, you're gonna wanna keep an eye on them. And every now and again, you're gonna come out and you're gonna pick a couple of those germinated radishes so that you've got at least 1 to 2 inches between each plant. That's what's going to help them grow a larger radish. In terms of moisture, there's a couple of ways you can handle moisture. You can just check it every day. You can just come on out with a little watering can. You can give them a little bitty spritz. You can do what I'm going to do, or what I typically do, and use a cornstarch mixture that's going to help hold moisture around that seed. You can also just wait for the weather to be right. Here, I'm going to get rain for like the next 4 days or so. So it's a really great time to be planting because I'm not going to have to water anything. The Mother Nature is going to hopefully do that for me. To get your radishes started, first you're just going to have to pick where you're going to grow them. So I'm going to be using my raised bed here. If you might have noticed from another video, I actually have peas planted on the other side. Peas and radishes are great companion plants. So on this little side, I'm going to grow radishes, but you're going to pick your container or your spot in the garden or wherever you're going to grow. And we're going to just do a quick check of the soil. Radishes don't need really super duper cool soil. They don't need it to be black and rich and full of tons of nutrients. They are sort of like a light to moderate eater. They like a little nitrogen, a little potassium, a little phosphorus. They like a little bit of everything, but they don't need the soil to be super great. In fact, I would not add a whole bunch of fertilizer to the soil, as that can actually inhibit growth. So pick a spot, and then what you might just want to check for is how loose that soil is. This soil at the moment, it's a little cold out here, is a little firm, but if I dig down, it's really super loosey-goosey under there, right? It's not compact at all. If you happen to have soil that's a little harder than that, just go grab yourself a little bag of sand, sprinkle some sand in there, and just kind of lightly work it in, and that's going to help keep the soil loose as well. First things first, we're just going to mark 2 light little rows for each kind. So we had 2 here. I'm going to just sort of mark a little trough. 1, 2, 1, and 2. We're going to do the cornstarch mixture first. Here we go. And I've still got just a little extra in the bags. So I'm going to go chuck them in another area of the garden. And then this last row, we're going to just plop them in. I'm going to put them in my hand. They are pretty tiny. They will blow and move around. We're just going to do our best here. Hey, wait. Why did the radish go to therapy? It had some deep-rooted issues, okay? And as you can see that we did with the first test strip, I am going to cover the rows with that seed starting mixture. It's just nice and light. Plants don't have to work very hard to push up through it with their little tender baby leaves. I like that the cornstarch makes it stick right to it. Now we're just going to water them in just a little bit. There we go. That's it. That's enough for today. We've got them planted. They are watered in. We're going to check back in about 7 days or so, and we're going to see which method of sowing gives us the best germination. See you in a bit. Okay, we are back. It has been 2 weeks, not one. Some crazy weather. It happens. It's all good. Let's see how our radish experiment is going. I'm so excited to show you. Alrighty, you will first notice that I have got some shade fabric that I laid down over the radishes and my peas, quite frankly. You can do it, you don't have to. I didn't just because I have a sneaky squirrel who's been kind of messing around in the dirt and trying to eat the seeds, and I'm not having that. But you don't have to. It doesn't do all that much more than just protect them a little bit. Okay, so look at this. Beautiful. We just grew stuff. We grew stuff together. This is why radishes need to be on every beginner gardener's list. Let's start with number one. This is the no chance in hell line. And look at germination all over the place. The little heart-shaped leaves are the telltale sign. So anything with the heart-shaped leaves, those are radishes. We've got 2 clear rows. This one definitely did better in terms of germination than this one did. We have one up there, one here, and then we got a little clump, which is weird, and then I got a couple in here. This is a bit more of an even row, an even spread, but these are still like fairly congested to each other. So even though we're gonna grow great radishes, we're gonna have to thin those rows. Now, this is the best bet row. This was number 2. Again, we've got 2 clear lines of germination. I actually really like this row. We have got some nice spacing between the radishes. A couple are kind of close together, like this one. Boop! We're just gonna ditch it. But I like this. We've got nice spacing. We've got a nice straight line over here, a little clumping here. So we are gonna have to do some thinning here as well. Last but not least, we got nice germination up here. Look at this row. Nice even spacing. Nice spacing. We got a little gap. That's okay. That's not a radish. Just, we're gonna get rid of those things. Okay, we've got nice spacing because I planted the seeds. I tried spacing them as best as I could. Less germination on this side. We got a couple. We got just a couple. But again, nice and easily spaced. So I don't know. What do you think the winner is? I mean, I think we're the winners because look at how many radishes we're gonna get. So while I'm out here on this gorgeous day, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the little bit of thinning I think they need for right now. You're gonna try to leave like about 2 inches or so between each radish. You'll do it once and then you're gonna come back out here in like another week and you're gonna do it again and then you should be all good to go. So what's our conclusion? What did we learn from our little experiment? We learned that radish seeds are tough AF. They are so hardy. That's why they're so great for beginners and honestly everybody. They are a confidence booster. Okay, they're gonna literally grow under any conditions. I pretty much tried to kill row A. Yeah, like we soaked them too long. The cornstarch mixture wasn't right. They had snow covering them. Just awful, right? Awful way to treat your seeds. They're still growing. They're still growing. So I think what I'm asking myself is in the future, would I bother doing the cornstarch method with radish seeds, seeing how they all turned out? And honestly, I think I still will because I like to see where the rows are and where I've placed my seeds. And I'm not always going to have real nice, perfect, moist weather conditions every spring like I did this time. Also, radish seeds are really stupid tiny. Really, they're really small. Not as bad as oregano, but that's a whole nother video. Radish seeds are really small. If you're just doing a few in a container, I think I would just pop them in. I would just boop, 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 boop. Pop them in, calling it a day. If you're someone who's going to grow a higher volume of radishes, I would probably then still stick with the cornstarch method. Probably wouldn't bother soaking them like I did because they didn't seem to need it. The mixture just did them just fine. But I would still probably use that method rather than doing row upon row of boop, 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 boop with every little bitty tiny seed. Ooh, she's breezy out here. So what's our moral of the story here? I mean, I think obviously it's grow more radishes. Just grow more radishes. Scratch that. Scratch that. grow more. Just grow more. Get a seed, put it in the dirt, put it on your finger, put it in the dirt. You grow a vegetable, you grow a flower, you grow an herb, whatever. Just grow more. It's amazing. You learn so much. You're taking good care of yourself and the planet at the same time. There's so many wins. We don't got time to talk about it all. This was a lot of fun. I love doing this video, and I love radishes, and I sure do love you. Appreciate all your support. Thanks for sticking around. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. We're on that way, baby. And I'm going to talk to you real soon, okay? We'll see you on the next one. Bye.